Thank you all for joining. Just a few minutes, I'll be with you.
Okay. I think we should be ready and we should start. Today we'll have really an interesting session about automation and how AI can help with automation. I think it's a little technical, but I think it will give you a message of how the future will be. What are the jobs that we need to do in the future? What skills we should have in the future? It's not going to be just prompt and prompt and prompt, and that's it. You write the prompt and ChatGPT will do things for you. There are some other things we need to do, and it's important that we get our students to start doing this, and in universities, in schools, because that will be, in my opinion, what they will be engaged with in the future. So let's look at it and see how things will go. And let me know your feedback. Interactions is important, and what you think we are doing here. And if you want us to maybe do something more in one area or in another area. Those who are watching us on Teams, and if you want to switch to the Arabic language, in Zoom, there should be the option that you can go and select Arabic, and you will hear me speaking in Arabic, although I'm speaking English. So you can try that one if you want, and that will help. You'll see it in the caption, I think. If you go to the captions, and there you can switch your language to any language that you want to hear me. And I think you will not hear me, you'll see a text written down with what I'm saying in another language. Okay, let's get into today's session, and then we can have further discussion. So today we'll be talking about automations, and before we get into that, let me do a few things. Now, we usually hear people saying automation, but sometimes they mean paperless or no paper. And sometimes they think no paperless is automation. Sometimes you hear digitization as well being used. So what are the differences between the three? What is really paperless? What should be achieving and purpose of it, and what we need, how we can do that, and then digitization, and then automation. So let's go through the three one by one. So the focus on paperless is reducing or eliminating the use of physical papers. And this is a great initiative for the environment to do. And it can help us transform our paper things through digital, through different mechanisms, including scanning or whatever. So the objective is to save costs on paper. That's one. Space, managing those papers is a waste of time. Environmental resources, improve accessibility and efficiency in document handling. You can transfer it, edit it, and get into that one. And then the impact, of course, it will be better for the environment, reduce our footprint, and we are in sustainability year and last year. So we have to show that, and we have to achieve paperless or zero paper, in fact, in our organization. I'm not sure why we need papers to be printed. Myself, I didn't print for maybe the last 15 years, but we'll go through that. Now, digitization. What is digitization? It's converting those physical format, can be papers, can be something else, into digital ones, become business cards, maybe other things, make them digital, digitize them. And that can be not through only the scanning of the papers, but it can be through, and the right way to do it is through employing digital solutions. So instead of people coming and filling a form, they can go to a web page or an app, put the information there, and it goes through a process of approval. Now, in digitization, you will maybe need, and most likely you will, have human intervention. Means it goes to someone to review it and do something on it and then approve it and say, oh, can go to the next step. So the objective is to preserve information in more durable and digital and accessible and manageable format. It becomes a digital format, and that we can process it, we can do many things with it. Storage of it will be not as big as the storage or difficult as handling papers or other type of material that has information on it. And make the sharing is easier. So the impact, it will help us now process data. We'll have meaningful data that will help us. And the best of it, that comes through systems that digitize the process. You initiate the process in a digital system, it continues going through that and become fully digital. It has to be fully digital. You don't need to print later, but it's not automation yet, because you have human getting there, looking at it and approving if this is really has to go to the next level or do something with it to do. Now we come to the digitization, where now human will not be there. So the process will be going through a computer using certain algorithm, logic, conditions, and it will be approved. You just submit yours, and then it goes through the system and get it approved. You don't need to be there, because it will use some high level of AI, machine learning, some conditions in place, and then do the work, and you get the outcome. The semi-automated systems, there's some certain situation you need to double check things before you get it to move to the next level, because the machine still can do some mistakes. But this should not be that many of these processes should require human intervention to do. Some of it has to, because of it's critical, it causes so many issues. Now, what the objectives to improve efficiency? We need to get the things done faster. Accuracy, we said computer can make a mistake, but human can do more mistake than the computer. So it will help calculations, algorithm, analysis. It can do the things in a much more accurate than human, although it could make mistake because of different reasons. Productivity, you can do things in no time. It can happen faster compared to you need someone to log into the computer and go through and approve. Maybe he is in a meeting or she is doing something else, and then the process delays and the customer is waiting for that to happen. So that's important. Okay. Impact, again, there's something about dealing with dangerous things. When you automate it, human maybe in some areas cannot go in because of the heat, because of the environment, because of whatever. But a machine or a robot or a system can go there and do the things instead of human. Now the impact, of course, it will transform the business process and operational model. It will contribute significantly to productivity gain, do things faster, its innovations and potential for scaling the operation. If you design a process and you automate it, then you can replicate it and do so many of it instead of having human resources to be available there to operate it. The machine can do it and reduce that need. Is that good for us as human? We get worried about this. Is this going to replace us at the end? Are we going to be having no jobs to do? As a human, we are smart, regardless of all what's going on, and we should be able to find something at a higher level that you can do. And I'm sure there are lots of things we can design those solutions. We can improve it, and you can start looking at other things. But that's a challenge in the future. How many of this we'll be doing? So we need to get to the skills that help us to manage those things in a better way. So become controlling AI, not making AI control us. And the way we control AI, we get to know how to do that. And you do that through education, of course, through training to practice, not only through talking and nice things. Now, there are 10 essential steps to successfully automate a business process. That's what I think. Started from identifying and prioritizing the process. What are the processes we want to automate? That will have a bigger impact, maybe in terms of cost, in terms of time, in terms of customer satisfaction or stakeholder satisfaction, in terms of many, whatever those KPIs we are concerned about it. So we need to know why we need to do that. So select those that we need to do it, then have also the goals. For each one of it, we should have the goal. This one, maybe I'm automating it because of customer satisfaction. I want them to be happy so they can do more business with us. Or maybe I'm doing it because I want to cut the cost. I see this costing us a lot. We can use this money somewhere else and do better thing with it instead of spending it on something that is maybe we're doing it because we want to improve the quality, accuracy. It's a very complicated process that people will be difficult to do. So what are the objectives? What are the goals? Why are we doing it? It's important. Then we map those processes. And when you map the process, you look at optimizing it. There's so many steps sometimes in a process that are not needed. They are just there for maybe bad experience happen once in running this process. And now we add the control to make it very difficult and long and takes too much time. Or maybe it's just repetitive. If you look at this, I've done it there. Why we come back again and do it again? So optimizing the process is important when you do the mapping. Then you go and select what tools you want to use. Now, my belief, futures is for no code. Future for AI and no code. These two together will make a lot of things. And business processes that depend on no code will be easy to implement faster if the organization adapt to no code or workflow type of systems and a huge system in there and platform. Then I'll talk about different tools, maybe 9, 10, 11 of those different tools. We'll go through them and we'll have some discussion what to do. And then we'll do an example. We're not going to be talking just all the time. We'll go and show you how we automate the process. Now, then design and automate the workflow. These tools are visual and help you understand how it's going on the workflow, and you can test it and do all the things before you do that. Then you need, once you build it and test it, you need to train the people how to use it and make sure they are comfortable with it, then implement it, then look at how it works and try to optimize it and scale it and expand it. These are the things we go through. So in terms of tools, the most famous tools available now and widely used are these tools on the screen. There are others from other companies, Amazon, Oracle, they have, and others they have. But these are the widely used. They are less, they don't require any coding to do, but they require skills to develop, to be able to use them. So the biggest one is Zapier, and I think maybe you heard about Zapier. Zapier allow you to integrate around 6,000 applications or software. You integrate them with writing no code. So you can make them talk to each other and do all the process seamlessly without interference of any human there. We'll look at comparing those later. There is Make as well, formerly used to be Integromat. And again, it's a great tool, but it has a limited number of applications, around 1,200 applications that it can do. But that doesn't mean it's not good. Those 1,200 are good enough for you. They are the tools that you will need mostly And also they have APIs like the Zapier and other mechanisms to link any other app, but require little bit technical skills to do that. There is the IFTTT, which means then if something happened, then do this, then do that, then do that. And it's mobile friendly. You can build all your automation. You can control the lights in your house, the air conditioners, and track if you get in closer. I have one app. When I get closer to my home, the light of my room turns on. When I leave, it turns off, and things like that. When it rains in, for example, in Al Ain campus, I get an alert saying it's raining in Al Ain campus, and things like that. You can do so many things with it. It's a mobile friendly. You can get it even to control your phone background image using satellite images and things like that. Depends on where you are, and you can do many things with it. We'll if we have time, we'll show you this little bit. There's the Power Automate from Microsoft, which fully integrated with Microsoft applications. So, for example, if you drop a file in a folder, it will go and do something with it. Like, for example, adding a task to someone to review the file and get this person to do that. And then also maybe sending the file to a group of people, or adding it to your Microsoft Teams, or pushing it to SharePoint. It can do so many things by just doing something. You receive an email from specific person that you maybe put on to track. It will take that email and do many things with it. And of course, with OpenAI Copilot, it can summarize things, it can take action, it can draft an email for you that become ready in your draft. You just open your draft, you find the email ready, you read it, and you do some changes, and then you send it. Or it can send it on your behalf if you trust it. I don't recommend that. Take some time to just get used to it before sending it. Then there is work to automate, similar thing. From Salesforce, they have a solution, which again, very strong, but focus on the enterprise, and it's a little bit costly if you look at it. And then Bubble. Bubble, you can build your own things. You can build anything you want to build, in my opinion, as a business process, as a database, as apps, with no code at all. Of course, you need to practice it. You need to master it for some time. Once you master it, then you can create anything you would like to do. And it integrates with everything as well. So it's my best and favorite one to use. All these apps have been using it for many years. For example, Zapier maybe 10 years, and Power Automate 7 years, IFTTT for something like that. So all these tools. Now with these tools and artificial intelligence, generative AI, Open AI, and Chat Sonic, and the others, Copilot and other, you can now do more intelligent things. It's not just a matter of business process and workflows that goes around. You can now do action on it, and you can summarize, you can do many. We'll see that one in an example. Now, these tools this is somehow summary of them. If you want to look at it, you can see the apps. This is a little bit old, and this is the cost. Zapier is more expensive compared to others, and Microsoft comes usually with Office 365, but it has a limited number of apps, as you can see. Now, what type of business process I can do? There are thousands, hundreds of thousands. Someone did a study on Zapier and look at the combination. You can do around 30,000 different business process using this integration of those apps. So the numbers is huge, but I just selected maybe 40 of that one. You can look at it. You can look at lead capture through CRM if you're using a form or using paper-based and you want to get this into your CRM, and then the CRM does something with it. You can do that. You can look at the customer support ticket And that one is one thing. With AI, you can also analyze it and do further with it. You can look at invoices, you can e-commerce orders, social media management. You post something on LinkedIn and you want it to be automatically posted on all the other channels, you can do that. You can get it to track the likes, the comments on your organization, the mention of yours, and store it maybe in a database and create a weekly report for your employees that goes to them and saying, oh, this week, this is what been said about us in the social media and and this is our analysis of people reaction to it and things like that. So all these things. So you can do so many things. You can look at the list, but the more can be done. 30,000 is not just a small thing. What are the key components? I'll take Zapier as an example, but the others are very similar. The logic behind it is the same. You need a trigger. A trigger, for example, someone submitted a form, or it's raining in a place, okay, through a certain sensor. But no, you don't need even a sensor. There are services there that watch the weather everywhere and just get you that. Or maybe you reach a certain location, okay? Or maybe someone completed a task, or maybe a KPI deadline is approached. Or these are the triggers. There's so many of those triggers, and we'd expect a record added to a spreadsheet, for example, okay? Whatever. So the trigger is just something that will trigger the process to start. Because of that, we're starting that workflow or process in place. And then what action will be taking based on that triggers? The actions can be multiple things. Can be maybe send an alert or create a record somewhere else, or maybe check certain record on a database, or can be a huge number of triggers you can do, and you can look at switching the light, whatever it is, okay? So the triggers are followed by an action. Sometimes the trigger is followed by a filter before an action is happened. So you need to filter it. We'll take an example today. If we have a form for customer satisfaction, and after they finish the process, the customer filled that form and put their feedback. If the customer said, I'm not happy, or wrote some comments that is negative, then if it's negative, we'll send it maybe to certain people to do something about it. If positive, maybe we'll do something else to do. So it's something like this. So there's maybe a filter there to filter it before doing the, I'll come to the task, to the action, okay? Maybe you have to branch it. It should go into branches in different ways. Again, these are the business process. And then maybe you need to do some data mapping and cleaning a relationship and combination of data together and things like that. So that these are the things. The task is a unique to Zapier. Task is an action. Task in Zapier, again, they have one issue is that in all these systems, you have to pay for the number of tasks being executed. And there's a number for it. They'll give you, if you pay this amount, you'll get this number of tasks to do during the month. If you do this, you do that other task, and you do this, you do that task. So when an action is completed fully, then they will say you completed a task to do. So tasks and actions are very similar. Now with ChatGPT, now they introduce many things. They have interface, you can build a page. You have chatbot you can build, which AI depends on ChatGPT, but also you can train it on your own data. You can connect it to your system, so it can take data from your system. For example, if a customer said, I want to know what the new products you have in your database, it will go in database and find the new products and put them, display them on the screen. Okay, while I'm doing this, I need to see something here. Let me bring this one here. You don't need to see this one. This one to see if there are any questions. There's some questions here, but we'll come to all these questions later. Okay, so here is an example that we would like to do. So this example is a very simple. We have a form that for customer feedback, and if the customers or the user or whoever completed that form, he made a negative comment. Now, how we can do that? You can get ChatGPT or AI to read the text and tell us, is it negative, positive, neutral? That's the ability of ChatGPT to do it. And then if it's negative, or the score is less than 6 of satisfaction score, then it will that's a trigger become now, and it will trigger an email notification to the service manager, add the issue to their task, and dispatch an apology message to the user saying, sorry, felt you did this, you're not satisfied, and we'll take an action, and we value your business and value your experience, and would like to do that. You can do this. And this message will reassure the customer whatever to do. And then also we can track it if it's completed or not completed. But we're not going to do that much because of the time. So this is an example. You can have so many other examples, but at least it will show you the logic behind it and the process that we go through to make sure these things are working. Just want to make sure I'm seeing people people are not having any issue. Have to go there and look at this page. I changed my phone, and that was not a smart thing I did, because I tried to get our best thing here. Here's this one. Very good. Okay. Doesn't seem there is any issue there. People watching finally, I think, different thing. No comments coming saying anything. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's switch to doing things instead of talking about them. Talking is nice, but we will switch to try to do this. And let me stop sharing, and then we will go into doing things. Yeah. So let's go to, first I'll show you those systems quickly. So IFTTT, quickly, I'll show you this IFTTT and how it works. And then we'll go into Zapier. So IFTTT, this is my IFTTT. And here, yeah. So if IFTTT is a very simple thing, it's on your mobile, you can build so many type of automation on it. Like this one, wake me up at sunrise. So I don't need to switch my my clock and do that. It will just, when sunrise comes, wherever I am, based on my phone, it will do that. Okay, it will turn light, smart light based on location. When I reach closer to my house in a certain area, it will do the light. It can get email if it rains somewhere else. If you enter an area, then it will do a tweet or whatever. Back up my iPhone photos and Google Drive automatically for me. It just if a new post on Facebook, then tweet to the Twitter. When I post to Facebook, my post always on Twitter, because it does that one. This is my daughter location. if it rains, Facebook to Twitter and to Instagram as well. If someone calls, start map and show their location. This is interesting, useful to do sometime. For kids, you want to help them when they get closer to that. Mute my phone at bedtime. I don't need to switch it off, it becomes mute. When it's on, save a new photo. I'm tagged on to Dropbox. If someone tagged me on a photo, it goes into Dropbox, so I can find it. If a new public video uploaded, then post it to Twitter, and that's that one. Don't leave phone in car. If I leave my phone in the car, I get an alert on my watch or something saying, telling me your phone is in the car. Facebook status, you can send it all those different social media, and the many of. It's a very simple way to build it, just to show if you want to build one, and let's come here, you come with the condition. And the condition are all these apps you have. See how many apps? Each one has specific things. For example, if I get an email, just if I want a simple one, say Gmail, yeah, I look at a Gmail email. If an email came from email, then I can configure that email. Mailchimp is more like a customer management system as well. It will track it, and then those things. So you can look at this one. There are some location based, so many of them there based on your location. Social media, Facebook and others, there's so many of it. When you select one of this, you get different type of triggers that you can watch. Like for example, Facebook. If you've been tagged or it been liked your post or someone wanted to connect with you, they give you a list of triggers that you can watch, and based on those triggers, you build the next level of things you want to do, okay? So for example, if you look at Facebook, these are all triggers you can do. A new post by you in area. If I'm in Al Ain, I made a post for Al Ain. Maybe I want to tag someone, a friend I have in Al Ain to know whatever. New status, a new link post, all those things. And you can also build your own triggers or suggest your own. And they have also APIs to do. This on the phone as well, you can do all this on the phone. Once you select, for example, this one, a new post from a location, then you need to see which Facebook account you are using. You can have multiple places. Then you can decide the place where you want to watch. I want to watch it, for example, if I am in Jazeerat Sas, in Nakhl, for example. I can select this place as well, and then I can create the triggers. Now, once I create the triggers, I need to see what I will do if this happens. It maybe send an email, maybe add a record to database, or maybe check what are the services around in that area and send it to me in an email, or maybe tell me what is the nearest restaurant in that area and send it to me by email. Automatic, I get those things to do, because it's automation. I don't need to do anything. Once you build this automation, you are done. Let me show you at least one of those automation I built, and then we can maybe, because I want to spend more time on what I want to show you, but let me just show you one example of this automation. If I enter an area, then send me an email. So this is one. I can make it also not only send me an email, I can make it goes into my Microsoft Teams and inform I need something else, because this one, for example. And now this is the process. If I want to edit it, I can go and now edit it and do some setting there, and I can start doing it. I'm not going to spend your time on this one because it's not the best one. It's great, but it's not the best one. Let's look now at the other one, which Microsoft one. So I'll go to Office, and Microsoft has what they call Power Automate. So if you come in your Microsoft account, you will have this Power Automate, and it's very good for Microsoft users. And most organizations using Microsoft solution 365 or Office 365. And the great with Microsoft, you can describe this automation you want using Copilot, and it will build it for you. So I want to say, for example, if I get an email from X, or an email, the body has a negative tone, or require me to approve certain things, then add this one to my to-do list. Okay, so I can write here, if I get an email with negative tone in the body, add it to my to-do list. You can do more and say, okay, then inform my line manager. I don't want to do that. I do not recommend you do that, but just showing you how it works. Now it will know my line manager because it is on the database, and it will send Professor Hassan a message saying, oh, we received this. Now, when you do that, you will get some recommendation, but if you can ask it to generate, it will now start working on creating it. I have to say Microsoft is amazing, but sometimes they complicate things. So they came with the trigger. There's an email. This is the trigger. These are the action. There's a condition. Check if there's negative thing in it. Then it has to add it to do list, and then it will. If I continue with this one, I can go now and create that flow. Agree with it. And then this is the workflow it's created for me now. And the workflow starts by here, some parameters and stuff like that. This is the trigger. And then this is the condition. If this one has, I have to configure it a little bit. And these are the things going through. I have Copilot here on the side, can help me fix things. If I don't like this one, I ask it to do something else, it will do it. If I want to know how to do that, I'll do it. So the Microsoft one is very good, a little complicated, but it's okay. We use it a lot for many things, which because it's part of our system. So it can automate so many things for us to do. And it also connected to our SharePoint, to OneDrive. So the automation becomes very rich with it. Although it has a limited number of applications compared to that. And some of those applications it integrates with are not really free. You have to subscribe to Premier account and other account, but many of it are free. All the Office applications are free, but the others you have to get to do more. Okay, so this is the process. You can see if it is true, it goes here. If it is false, I can add other processes. I want, for example, to add Microsoft Teams here as well. So I can add Teams here, and then it will find me Microsoft Teams, and I can see so many of Microsoft Teams here. So I can add it, maybe send a message to someone in Microsoft Teams, or add it to list in Teams, or do configure SharePoint, or send a document for approval, or whatever I want to do here, I can do because it's Microsoft to do. Now, Zapier. Let's go to Zapier, because Zapier is very beautiful and easy to use. And we'll jump to Zapier now. And let's do that example we said, yeah? We said we need a form. So what I will do, I need to have a Google form. It can be Microsoft form as well. So Google Forms, let's go to Google Forms. And we will go to Google Online Forms and go to Forms. This is Google Forms. I created one just for simplifying the things. So this is the form, which very simple one, has only rate your satisfaction, and then it has feedback here. So if I review this one, I can send you this one to fill it and give your feedback. Basically, the customer will select whatever score he gives. If he gives less than 6, we'll maybe or less than 7, we'll consider it not good. And he can or she can write here comments and whatever comments it do. And we'll be using ChatGPT and this combination to do that. Let me see if I just let me send this form. I yes, link here, copy the link. I'll just put it in the chat for those who want to try it and fill it. And then we'll go and build the automation that will do something. So that's the form. So I come in Zapier. Again, Zapier is smart. They created artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, GPT-4. You just describe what you want and it will build it for you. That's what it is. For me, I will be doing little different. I like to do different. And these are other things they have. They have databases there. They have interface. You can build a system with form, with process, with everything. This is a new, just they launched it this month. Chatbot, they launched it this month. So you can, and Canva, where you can visualize your process canvas. You see the whole business process on the screen. So we'll create Zabs. So I have so many Zabs. Let me show you my Zabs. Here we have so many applications. These are the application you want to use. These applications you do. And then you can look at your Zabs. These are my Zabs, and they do so many things. This we have a marketing campaign for aviation program. So what it does actually, when someone fill the form, it goes and generate a specific video for him, mentioning his name and using AI as well, Synthesia, with specific information for that person, if male or female, they get different videos as well, and then send it to them through WhatsApp. So they'll get the video on the WhatsApp. And this is automation, but just using type form, if you know, sort form there. The biomedical scholarship as well, we had a form for it there. We have, this one is for Zoom. When someone register on Zoom, it takes the registration added for us in a Google Sheet and or Excel sheet, do that. Daily link or post on LinkedIn. I generated list of, I stopped this one now. I think the database, it doesn't have anything. But what it does, basically, I had a plan for my post on LinkedIn, what I want to post every day. And I started creating some quotes on education to just encourage people to look at education, the quality. And I put it in a spreadsheet, Google Sheet. And then what it does every day, it goes there and take one of these quotes and post it on LinkedIn. Also, it generates some quotes, new quotes using ChatGPT, formatted based on some prompts I already created there, and post it on. And I think you noticed at some time I had many of this to go, then I changed it to come only on Friday, and then I stopped it. But I will go back and look at how to do this again, maybe with a little bit with some images now, because ChatGPT or DALI can add images, so I can include images in this one. If you want to see just one of these processes, we're going to build some of it. This is a very simple one, has 3 things. One, it's yeah, now I remember. The first one, it's based on the date, and I selected day of the week here on Friday. If it's on Friday at 9 a.m., if that's the time, then it will go to something called ChatSonic or similar to ChatGPT and generate a code. Let me just edit it so you can see what's there. So I come here. This is the selecting date and time for the trigger. This is time-based. Yeah, some of it time-based, some of it other thing. And then what it does, this is the date. Let's continue. Now, when it comes here into the next step, which using ChatSonic, it will write a code about AI and education. That's the message goes to ChatSonic. Now, the ChatSonic will create that code. And let's look at an example. This is one code, for example, it created. I can retest it. It will create another code to that one. And this is the code now created. Then the next step, what it will do, it will add it to this database. Once it's added to the database, there is another flow I have. We'll see the database has changed and then post it there. I could have posted it directly from here, but I did the two because I want to have control on the database. If I stop this one, I can edit the database manually there. So that's what it does. So this is one of these processes that you can create, and you can make it very complicated if you want. You add condition, you add a loop, you add a filter, you add many things you want to do. Yeah, and that can be done. I'll show you another one that we have. Just want you to get to see what we have done with this. This one, GPT feedback. This one we're using with Bubble. If a student submit an assignment through Bubble, then what it will do, it will take that assignment, send it to GPT, and ask GPT to give feedback on that assignment and suggest a grade for it. And then once it's done, it will add it to the Bubble record. There's integration with Bubble. Student will see it on the screen. Also, the student will get a message on Teams with the feedback and message by email to do that. Let me show you this process as well. So this is a very simple process. We can do it through API directly with OpenAI, but this one allows you to do more than what you want to do with the normal API. So this is the trigger, basically, that a record has been created on Bubble. This is work with Bubble. When something created in Bubble, student submitted the assignment in a specific place, then it will feel that one, oh, this has happened now. What I should do, it will take that assignment, send it to ChatGPT with certain prompt. Please grade, this is the prompt. Please grade the following student answer to the question, and the question coming from there, from the database. The student answer is, and this is the answer of the student coming from the database. Please provide score between 0 and 100 and any feedback or corrections you have, or for the student answer. Check the student response for the language, grammar, and spelling. So now ChatGPT will do its work. The answer will go into the next level, which sending it back to Bubble with certain parameters and data. All this happening between applications without anybody interfering. It's happening on its own. This is automation, yeah? And then once that is done, it will send it by email to the student. I think we had there's another process with also Microsoft Teams, because I have two types of process. One that also look at the grammar, this one. Other one doesn't look at the grammar because focusing only on the content. But anyway, this is a process that it does, and it produces amazing thing for students. I want you to try something. I'll give you a link. Go to learning.edu.ac.ie. Let me try to find putting this one on the chat. Yeah, if you go there and you can log in using Gmail. You can create your own account, but if you can use Gmail, is better. Once you log in there, I will log into the system, show you what happened. Then I need you to come inside. This is our app which we created for schools, for everyone. We're doing some work on it and we'll be running some trainings to all our stakeholders to help them how to use it to do. But I can show you what we have in the system, which again, all automated using, so if you go to any of these courses, for example, go to the sustainability one, you go view the course. I have viewed the course, I think for you, just click. When you get here, all these videos created by AI, as you know, as well. So if you go anywhere here in this topic, you sometimes find there are some assignments available there. I'm sure this, there is an assignment here. So if you go to this assignment and give your answers to it, I think your screen will look different. Submission. I think your screen will look different from my screen. I think you get some, yeah, like you'll get submit or something. You go there and give your answers. The system will grade it and send you the feedback on this one, automatic, through this workflow we have as well. And we have also discussion. If you want to try this discussion, if we create some discussion here, let's create a discussion. I'm logging, no, this is the wrong course because I'm not the, when we create this one, they didn't put me as the host. I think that's some issues I have with creating. But let's go to another course. Excuse me for this one. Go to this one because I have full control on it. Which this one, yeah, investing our community. So if you go there and you come here, you should be able to see some discussion here. I will create a new discussion. Say, oh, there's a discussion already there, and you can participate in it. The new discussion will add. Yeah, you can. Yeah, this one. If you can add what do you? I can add a discussion for you. What do you think of AI and education? Just put this question here, and then you save it. I think you will find it here now. Then you can add your contribution. Now, when you add your contribution to this one, the system will automatic, after you finish all this, send it to ChatGPT and summarize the contribution of everyone in this group, and then create a video to summarize it and talk about it as well. So once you start doing this one, you will see that it will start coming out. Anyway, we're still working on this one. We will do some improvement on it, and we will share it with all of you. Let's do the process we want to do now. Go back to the form. We need to create this workflow. If you filled the form, I hope 7 people responded. Oh, very good. So I can see 7 people responded, and let's now, I think you received something, yeah? 7 people responded, and some of them, the team didn't. This is me, I tested it. Thank you. Just to test the bad comment, okay? But your session, thank you for that. Great presentation. This one will not help. It's great, thank you, but it will not get me the message. And excellent. I need negative, sorry, I need some negative feedback. But you are very kind. But I can see here the number. Now, because of this one, you created. Let's build the logic that will find out the feedback. Before you do that, let me just get to my Gmail and see what happened. Okay, so there are information I have here, people who maybe said something, only one, yeah, anyway, okay. There's no negative feedback, but only just few. Anyway, let's go back here and let's build that logic. I already built one, so I need to delete it first before we continue doing, but I need to find it. What did I call it? I didn't save it. Yes, I didn't save it. That's great. So let's build a new one. We go here and build a new Zap. I can do that by writing here. Okay, I can say, okay, create for me workflow, do this, do that, it will do it. Okay, but I want you to know how it works. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it myself. So I'll go to the trigger now. In the trigger, I need Google form. Okay, so here you select the application that will trigger the issue. Is it Google form? It is an email. It is a camera. It is a weather forecast somewhere. It is a location-based map, what it is. And you have all those 500 something, 5,900, around 6,000. Salesforce, you'll find Salesforce here. And then you can select what you want from Salesforce. Is someone being added as a lead, or someone for a long time was not being contacted, or someone has a big issue or cannot submit, or whatever it is, you can look at the Salesforce. You want to look at anything you think of it in terms of applications. For example, LinkedIn, okay, LinkedIn, okay, this LinkedIn, and you link LinkedIn, and now we look at it. Is it advertisement you created and someone responded to it, and then you need to do something on his response, or it is something else? So many things on LinkedIn. Same thing if you want to look at Facebook, and it's not only social media. Bubble database, okay, Bubble is there. Excel, you did something in your Excel file, or someone did change in Excel, or something happened in Microsoft Planner, or SharePoint, or whatever it is. So many, this 5,900 different types of apps. Here I need Google Form. That's the one I want to focus on. So I'm going to Google Form. This is the Google Form. So what event I'm looking for? Here comes the events. Is it a new response, or it is a new or updated response? Just I'll go for new response. So I'm looking for a new response, and once having that new response, I need to do some analysis on it. Okay, so continue. What I want to do with that response. Now here you come, where is the form? The form is, I think this one, this is going now to my Google form. Before doing all this, I should have connected my Google form here. I should have logged into Google form. And this is using your login account. You just click here, and then you can log into your account. If you didn't, they'll ask you here, you need to connect somewhere here. I already connected my Google account, so it's not asking me. For you, it will ask you to log into Google. Basically, you log into Google. And once you log into Google, it will be connected. Now, the next step we said, what will happen now? We need to look at this form. Whatever you have in your Google Drive, it will come here. Okay, go next. Now, I need to test the connection is right. I say just test. It will now find me the records. These are the records being submitted. Someone said only test Someone said your session very interesting, just for testing. Okay, and he gave a rate of 2. So the system should not be happy with that one in the workflow, and then we can trigger an issue. This is another response here. You can get more response if you want, which already in place. I'll use this one as an example, but this one is nice in terms of feedback. I need something that said bad or something like the language, say, or your customer support were not helpful, or saying someone has, I don't like what they have done, but anyway, it's just, this is what we have. We'll take this one. This one, is it saying and only for this? Okay. Anyway, so that's there. Then we'll continue. Now we need to go to the next step. After we receive this one, we need ChatGPT now to review it and tell us if there is an issue there. Okay. Okay. If there is an issue, then maybe we'll do something. So let's set ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Now, by the way, the name is ChatGPT, but actually it's not ChatGPT, it's OpenAI. Okay, it is OpenAI. You need to have an account with OpenAI. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. You have to have account with OpenAI, and OpenAI will charge you for that one. And then you get in charge OpenAI. There's so many things they can do for you. Do you want them to analyze an image? Maybe you uploaded an image, analyze the sentiment, and this is the one we need. We need to analyze the sentiment here, and then we'll say continue. I think we took more time than what we do. And here you can do the configuration of all these different things. So we can say which one we need to analyze. We need to analyze the one that has the feedback. This is the one, yeah. Your session is great. So this is the one I need to analyze. Now I can say continue. I'll say test it. Now it will do some tests and give me positive, yeah. It's saying lots of things neutral. It is neutral. So the sentiment is neutral. So it went through and read it and did so many things and then said it's neutral. Now, if it said negative, I could have done something else with it. Now I can add the filter here. Now, this is the filter. In the filter, I'll say what I'm looking for, looking at ChatGPT. Sorry, looking at ChatGPT. I need to click here. Sentiment. Okay. If what is the condition? If it is contains negative. This is my condition. If it is contains negative, then it should do something. If it doesn't contain negative, don't do that. Okay. So I'll go to continue. Okay. And now do some retest. Your Zap or continue this data if you was expected edit. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Because that's not an issue. Now I can add maybe in addition to that, sorry, I can add another thing to the filter. Okay, back to it. Now this is one filter, but the other filter, if the score here given, the score, you know, that score which we had, the message, no, not the chat, this one, the score that you gave me, a score, this is the score. If this score is less than, there is less than, some logic here you have to do, less than 7. If it's less than 7, or, yeah, or, I have or here. If it is one of the two, this or that, then there is an issue with this one. So now what we will do, if this is the situation, we will send an email, Gmail, and I will send an email. So what we'll do, I can create a draft message just for me to look at it later, but I can send an email. Send email to whom? I'll send the email to the line manager. So assume this is me, the line manager. I'll send it to myself. Okay. So this is going to me. And what will be the subject of that email? Customer not happy. Okay, so saying this customer is not happy. And then I can say, dear Ahmed, please address this issue. Okay, and then I can give him also the message came from the customer because I have it here. So this is what the customer has said. Customer was very happy, but the score was low. And I can add the score here as well. So you can see both. I can here say customer message offer all score regards. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we added this one. So you can continue now. Okay, the other CC and others we don't need. So let's test it. Very good. So it's working. Okay, so we'll say if I now publish it, then any other one people submit, I'll get an email. So now this is live, and anyone send an alert if I submit a form and he is not satisfied or the score is less than 6, I'll get a message. And here is an example of a message that I received. This is an email. Dear Hamad, please address the issue. Customer message, this is the customer, he seems happy, but overall score is 2. So Hamad now need to do something about it. I could have added other things, adding it to their to-do list, maybe adding it to, or doing whatever I want to do with it. I have endless of steps I can build to help meet what I wanted to do. I just give you quick on this one, but I'm thinking to run full course on this one, on automation. And I think Bubble will be the biggest one on that one. And then we will build all these other systems around it. So let me send you the feedback just to fill it before you go. You know the feedback form that we have, and I'll get an alert if someone says anything. This is the real feedback. So give your honest feedback, not testing the system, please. Yeah. Okay, let me find it. Where is it? We already have it from last time. Now I added an automation today. Once this video is uploaded to the system, you should get an email saying the video has been uploaded to YouTube. So you don't ask me next time where I can see the recording. You will get it automatic from the system. So that's something we have done as well using automation. Where is the form? The last form, Hamad, where is it? Here is it. Yeah, I managed to find it. Investing in our community, collect responses, copy. I will add it to Microsoft. To Zoom. I don't know. I keep saying Teams. I don't know why I'm saying Teams while we're using Zoom. Here is it. And on LinkedIn, we'll add it there. And sorry, today I took more time. I didn't have time for you to say what you want, but let's have next week like a reflection week, maybe. We can discuss all these things and go through some maybe more examples. Here is the form again. This is in you. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this session and hope to see you next time. I will look at the questions you added and maybe come back to you with answer on this. IFTTT is free for certain level. You have some number of automation you can do. Zapier is free for certain level of automation. Power Automate comes with Office 365. You should have access to it. Each of it needs to invest time on it. And this is what I'm saying, future, we will be dealing with things different from what we're dealing with now. And AI will not be just prompting, getting the answers. We need to automate and be efficient and bring other things. And this became now the new skills. So you have all to get it and you need to invest time on it. My advice to anyone who wants to learn anything, just master it. And only mastering it, you invest time in it and do it and do it. Once you master it, it becomes like a piece of cake. It will become very easy and you will do a lot of great things with it. Wish you all the best time and thank you very much, everyone. Yes, FTT is also for Android, and Apple also, they have their own one on the phone, but very limited. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good night.